I warned her, "Don't humiliate me at this gala." She laughed, a soft, dismissive sound that used to melt me. Tonight, it burned. The chandeliers glowed above us like watching eyes. I stood at the edge of the ballroom, glass in hand, smile fixed, as she handed the award I was meant to receive to him, her lover. The applause roared. My name was never spoken. Her eyes found me briefly in the crowd, daring me to react. I didn't. I only raised my glass and sipped, slow, deliberate. That's when her phone rang. She ignored it, still basking in the noise. But as I turned to leave, I heard her mentor's trembling voice echo through the speaker. "Claire, the board just called. Your nomination, it's been withdrawn. God, what have you done?" And that was when her smile finally cracked. It hadn't always been like this. We built everything together. Or at least I thought we did. Late nights, shared coffee, stolen ambition. She was brilliant, magnetic, the kind of woman who walked into a room and bent its gravity. I didn't mind orbiting her. I told myself loyalty was love, that patience was power. When the firm began to rise, so did she. Her name appeared on the covers, her face on the panels. Mine stayed in the footnotes. I didn't complain. I believed timing was everything. But timing was her weapon. I discovered her affair 3 months ago, accidentally, of course. A misdirected calendar invite, dinner with M. It said, not me. At first, I thought M was a client. Then I saw the photos. His hand on her back. Her laugh unguarded and real. The same laugh she gave me years ago. Still, betrayal I could stomach. But when she started taking credit for my proposal, the sustainability project that would have secured me the nomination, that was when the temperature in my veins changed. I didn't confront her. I observed. That's the difference between anger and control. I spent the next weeks in silence. She thought I was sulking. I was building. I had access to her files, her correspondence, her private notes. Old habits. Trust made her careless. She used my data, my drafts, my numbers. Every document she submitted to the board had fingerprints that weren't hers. So, I traced them one by one, metadata, timestamps, edits logged under my username, quiet, invisible proof. Then came the real stroke. I rewrote the narrative, not the project, but the politics behind it. I made sure the board's internal review flagged her report for ethical irregularities, the kind of phrasing that makes men in suits sit upright. Her mentor, the one who had pulled her from obscurity, received an anonymous email with evidence of misappropriation, screenshots, file paths, access logs. I didn't need to sign it. My silence was signature enough. The audit began quietly. She didn't know. 2 nights before the gala, I told her over dinner, "Be careful tomorrow. Don't humiliate me." She laughed, thinking I meant the award. When she called my name from the stage, I already knew the board had received the final report. I saw the message come through on her mentor's phone earlier that evening, urgent meeting after event. She didn't notice me watching. So when she handed the award to her lover, I only smiled. The applause drowned the undertone of disaster inching toward her. After the call, her face drained of color. I turned at the exit just enough to see her grip the podium, knuckles white. The mentor was pushing through the crowd, whispering frantically, "They're investigating your report. The data, it's traced to someone else. Someone else." That was all it took. The reporters swarmed before she could leave the stage. The murmurs spread. Plagiarism, fraud, investigation. Her lover tried to shield her, but I could see in his eyes he was already calculating how far he could distance himself. By morning, her name was scrubbed from the firm's site. By noon, she was on indefinite leave. By night, her lover deleted every trace of her from his profile. And me? I got a call from the same board she once charmed. They deeply regretted the oversight and wished to reinstate recognition for the original author. I declined the offer. Awards are for validation. Revenge is its own trophy. People often think vengeance is about spectacle. It's not. It's about precision, timing, restraint. You let the guilty walk freely long enough for them to dig their own hole. And then you simply hand them the shovel. I didn't need to ruin her. She ruined herself. I just rearranged the mirrors so she could finally see it. A week later, she came to my office uninvited. No makeup, no armor. Just a ghost of the woman who once told me, we rise together or not at all. I never meant for it to go this far, she said. I looked up from my desk. Claire. It always goes as far as it needs to, I told her. She tried to cry, but the tears didn't come. Maybe she'd already used them on the phone calls, the apologies, the futile explanations. I watched her go, slow, silent, smaller than she'd ever been. Sometimes I think back to the gala, the applause, the lights, the hollow cheer. She thought that night was her peak. It was just her exposure. I've learned something since then. Revenge isn't about destroying someone else. It's about reclaiming the version of yourself they thought they could erase. So no, I didn't celebrate her fall. I simply stood in the quiet aftermath, feeling the scales finally level. And if I could go back to that dinner, that warning, that last chance she laughed off, I'd still say the same words, calm, simple. I'd look her in the eye and whisper, don't humiliate me at this gala. Because she did. And now everyone remembers how that ended.